Hello.
Hello.
Okay, let's go back now.
Yeah,
Okay, for
okay.
a while. So we were disconnected for a while. Okay, let's try to listen one more time.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I hope you can see the presentation. So can you see it?
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
see it.
okay. Let's try to listen now.
3.43. I love that photo. Who are they?
I think it's King Edward VIII and Wallace Simpson. Let's see. Yes, that's right.
When was he king? I don't remember King Edward.
Well, he was only king for 11 months. In 1936, I think. He was Queen Elizabeth II's uncle.
Why was he only king for a short time?
Because he was in love with Wallace Simpson, the woman in the photo. She was American. The government was against the marriage because she was divorced. It was a terrible scandal. In the end, he abdicated and they got married.
Who was the next king?
His brother, George VI.
Were Edward and Wallace happy?
I think they were happy. They were together for the rest of their lives.
Okay.
Yeah,
Close
okay.
now. Yeah, okay. Your camera is off, I guess, how?
You can see me? Ah,
Okay,
yeah,
I
sorry, sorry.
can. Yeah,
Yeah, okay,
okay.
okay.
Now, so we will be going to study the present simple and the past simple. Okay? So
Yeah,
the
okay.
present simple of the be verb. So when we are talking about be verb, of course, right? So be verbs would be,
E, R,
okay, so be
E,
verbs, okay, in the present simple. So
present
we
simple,
have
yeah,
is. Well, if
is,
we're talking of one, okay? Are if
yeah,
you're talking of many, okay? And
yeah,
then if you're talking of be verb in the past, okay, past simple, okay, if you're
past
talking only
simple,
of one,
is the same with was,
was. And then if it is many, it's were.
many, it was,
Okay, just for a moment.
where,
Okay, so it's here. All right. Okay. Now let's try to answer this one. Okay. Now, present
yeah,
simple, the be verb is. So why is it we use is? Because our subject is only one. And what is that?
yeah,
Yeah, that would be he, right? Okay, just
yeah,
a moment now. I have to put it in here. Okay, subject. If the subjects that we are talking would be, okay, he, it. Okay. This one, if our subjects would be we, okay,
they,
we, they, okay,
we, they,
and you,
you, yeah.
okay. In here also, if our subjects would be he, she, it.
He, see, it.
Okay, here we have we,
We, they,
they,
you.
you. Okay, although you is singular, but we have to take that one as plural if we're going to use that one in a sentence, right? Okay, so that would be it. Now, okay, looking back to this particular sentence, he is the king. That means present, okay, in the present,
The
at the present
present
time,
is the
he's the
noun.
king. But how are we going to make this one in the past tense?
He was the king.
Yes, so it will become
He was the
he
king.
was the king. So why is it
Yeah.
was now? Because our subject is he. So therefore,
He,
it's just
yeah,
couple
is a,
of one. Okay.
yeah.
Next, she is divorced.
She was divorced.
Yes, so was still because we are talking only of one subject, which is she.
Yeah.
They are happy. So
They were happy.
yes, so that would be
Yeah.
they were happy. Okay. Okay, they were happy. And another one, he, she, it, and I. Okay, if you're talking of I, so the
I,
verb that we're
yeah,
going to use is right? Okay, if you're
yeah,
talking of he, this one, I, so would be was. Okay, so,
yeah, okay,
okay,
okay.
so do you have questions with this? No more?
I don't have any question in here.
Yeah, okay, she was the king. Okay, she was divorced. They were happy.
Let's
Okay,
do
correct.
more. Yeah, okay.
Okay, next. Let's try to continue. Okay. Let's try to practice the dialogue below, Sal. Okay. We don't need to listen because we listened that one so many times. So let's try to practice the conversation or the dialogue between
Yeah,
two
okay.
person. Okay, so
Yeah,
I will be doing the B, you will be doing A first, and after that, let's exchange, okay? So you will be the A.
yeah,
Okay, go.
yeah. I love that photo. Who was I?
I think it's King Edward the Eighth and Wallace Simpson. Let's see. Yes, that's right.
When was he king? I
I
don't
don't.
remember a king Edward.
Well, he was only king for 11 months in 1936, I think. He was Queen Elizabeth's the second's uncle.
Why were he only king for a short time?
Because he was in love with Wallace Simpson, the woman in the photo. She was an American, so the government was against the marriage because he was divorced. It was a terrible scandal. In the end, he abdicated and they got married.
Who was the next king?
His brother, George the Sixth.
Where Edward and Wallace happy?
I think they were happy. They were together for the rest of their lives. Okay,
Yeah,
let's try to exchange now. You will be the
yeah.
B,
Okay.
I will be the A. I love that photo. Who are they?
I think it's King Edward 7
The eight.
and
Okay,
Wallace
King
yeah,
Edward the
Edward
Eighth.
8 and Wallace Simpson. Let's see. Yes, that's right.
When was he king? I don't remember a King Edward.
Well, he was only king for 11 months. In 1936,
36.
I think, he was Queen Elizabeth's
The
two
second's,
uncle as a second uncle.
okay, second's uncle. So Queen
Second
Elizabeth the
uncle.
second's uncle. Okay.
He was he was Queen Elizabeth's the
The
second
second's,
uncle.
okay, the
Second
second's with the S sound.
second
Yeah, the
uncle.
second's uncle. Okay.
Second's uncle.
Yeah, that's correct. Why was he only king for a short time?
Because he was in love in Wallace Simpson, the woman in the photo. She was American. The government were against the marriage because she was
Divorced.
divorced. It was a terrible scandal. In the end, he abdicated
Abdicated.
and they got married.
Okay. Who was the next king?
His brother, John George VI,
George. Okay, George the Sixth.
yeah, George VI.
Were Edward and Wallace happy?
I think they were happy. They were together for the rest of their lives.
Their lives. Okay,
Their
for the
lives.
rest of
Yeah,
their
okay, okay.
lives. Okay. So let's continue now, Sal. So past simple B was and the where. So look at this. King Edward the Eighth's wife was
It's my was
American.
Americans.
Okay. Why do we need to use was? Because it's already been,
Yeah, in the past.
yeah,
We
it's in the
we want
past
to type in
already.
the past.
So it's
Yeah.
already happened in the past. And why do we need to use was? Because we're talking only
Because
of
in the subject one, So it's just
Okay.
talk about on people. Yeah.
Yeah, so the wife. So we're talking only of one wife of King Edward the Eighth, and that's Willis Simpson. Okay. Next,
Okay.
she wasn't in class
He wasn't
yesterday.
in class yesterday. Was
Okay.
CEO.
Now look at this one. Why we use was not?
Was not because we want to the object you want, and we not talk to about the uh,
You can do that.
I don't, yeah, I don't remember this word is name is in
Okay.
her is not uh, phủ định and
Yeah, okay, okay. Don't you worry,
I
okay?
don't know. No, okay,
Now,
okay, I don't know.
she, okay, okay, was not is the short
Yeah,
form for wasn't. And this one is negative statement, right? That
yeah,
means if you're talking about negative, the opposite of the positive one, right? So we can
yeah,
use actually, we can use was not. Hello, Sal?
yeah. I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, okay. I can see you.
You can see me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, there you are. Okay, now, have you seen this one? Was not. Okay, and
What
wasn't. Okay, so
wasn't? Yeah, I
the
know, but yeah,
yeah, so the opposite.
I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, okay. And we're talking of only one subject. So that would be she. That's why we need to use was not. If our subject would be like this, like for example, okay, if the subject would be they, so what are we going to use? We can say were not or weren't. Okay, so were not
Yeah,
or weren't. If the subjects would be we, they, and you. If the subject, if it is he, she, it, so you have to use also was not or wasn't. Okay, so okay, and
yeah,
this one is a negative form. Now, always remember, in writing, we can write was not. But in speaking, it should always be contracted. Okay, so in speaking, it
it's
should
a
always
yeah,
be, okay, it
it's the
should all
same with negative
statement,
sentence.
statement,
Yeah,
okay? So this one
statement.
is a
Yeah,
negative statement. That's why, because why is it it's negative statement? Because of the not. Or remember all the time, if we
yeah,
are using the not, that would be negative. If we don't have
yeah,
not, that would be positive. Okay?
yeah,
Now,
yeah.
look
Okay,
at this
okay.
one. In this particular sentence, we have the so-called, okay, for a while, so, we need to understand this one because we use that. So we have the so-called statement. So in a statement, or we call this one as question tag. Okay, so question tag. So what's the rule in the question tag? Rule number one, if the statement, okay, is negative, question tag should be positive. Okay? Rule
Yeah,
number
yeah.
two, if the
In
statement,
the statement,
okay, if the statement is positive, so the question tag, okay, should be negative.
so yeah, okay,
Okay?
okay.
So that will be it, huh? Okay, like in this particular examples that we have. Okay, look at this. She wasn't in class yesterday. So this one is a statement that is negative statement. So therefore, what is our question tag? It should be positive. So we use while ago the be verb was. So that would also be used because our structure in here would be like this. Just for a while
Yeah, okay, okay,
now.
okay.
So the
Okay.
structure for this would be like this one. Okay, structure. Okay, structure. It should be verb first plus, okay, the subject. Okay, plus object of the sentence. So this one would be the structure in asking a question tag. Okay, like for example,
Yeah.
negative statement, she wasn't in class yesterday. So what would be the question tag that we use? It's positive. So the structure should be beaver first. So what's the beaver in here? It's was. Why is it was? Because we use
Most is
was because our subject is one,
one.
she.
Yeah.
And then after that, you have to use the subject. So
One. Let's
beaver
see. Yeah.
first plus the subject plus object of the sentence. That's why we can say, was she ill? Okay, so that's in the
Yeah.
positive statement. What about if it is in the negative statement? Oh, look at this, huh? Or negative tag. Positive statement. Number 3,
Number
let's try
three,
to
the
the
Beatles,
Beatles. The
the
Beatles
Beatles
were
were
famous
famous
in
in the
1960s.
1960s.
Okay. Where were you
Where
last
were
night?
where were you last night?
So you are going to say you weren't at home.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
positive
Sorry,
statement.
I need.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I
So
just
positive
practice.
statement. Okay, but
Yeah.
in asking question, where were you last night? Again, asking
Where
question.
were you
Okay.
last night?
And then you
Yeah.
are going to say you weren't at home.
You
So
wasn't
you
at home.
subject
Yeah.
plus
You
negative. Okay. So this one is a
negative
negative
is
statement.
on. Yeah.
Okay. And this one is the positive tag. Okay. Another one, we can also say like this. Just for a moment. Let me see, huh? Let's say if our sentence would be like this. Okay, example. Example. Okay, let's say for
Example.
example, they okay, they are okay, they are in the party. No, they were in the party
Say what
last
in the
night.
past.
Okay,
Last
now
night.
how are we going to make this one in the question tag? So they were in the party last night. So what question tag we are going to use?
Where were they last night?
Okay, so
Where
that would
were
be,
they last night?
okay, it should be at. So they were at the party last night. So the statement for that or the question tag that we are going to use would be where
Where were
they. Okay,
where
okay. Were they at the party? Oh no,
no
we will not going to
with the
write that one anymore. So were they? Okay, that would be the question, right? Oh no, it's in the negative statement. So therefore
I
we have to say, weren't they?
yeah, okay.
Okay. Why? Because it says in there, if the statement is positive, so the question tag should be negative, right,
Yeah,
Sal?
okay.
So they were
Yeah,
at the
okay.
party
I
last
understand.
night, weren't they? Okay, what about this one? Another example. Okay.
I
Okay, what about that one? I am at school today.
was where
So what
where
question tag we are going to use? I am at school today.
was was you are where you are.
Okay, so what question tag we're going to use?
Uh, uh, you want to focus on past simple or what?
Okay, question tag first. Okay, question tag first.
Uh,
Okay,
are, are, are you?
okay, it should be verb, be verb. What's the be verb?
Yeah. Ah,
I,
almost.
not, right? Why? Because again, this one is positive statement. Okay, and then the question tag should be in negative. Am I not? Okay, again, what's the rule? Be verb plus subject plus object, right? Okay, now we are going to use this one. Like for example, I was at school yesterday. So what statement question tag we are going to use?
Were
I
you
was at
not?
school yesterday.
Was you? Were you not?
Okay, what's the be verb?
Was
Okay, the negative form of that was.
wasn't
Okay, and what's the subject?
wasn't
What's the
you
subject?
not you?
Okay, yourself. So
Hmm.
wasn't I,
I don't
right?
understand.
Okay, going back. Question tag. Okay, the one that we're doing like this. She wasn't in class yesterday. Question tag. Was she ill? Okay. Okay. There is a question tag in here. Was she ill?
But
Okay.
I don't understand when we will use this question tag. When?
Because why? Because to keep the conversation going. Okay, so to keep the conversation going, we need to use question tag. Question tag is very important in communication. That's why I am injecting this one since we are in this particular lesson. So it's important also for you to understand this. Because why? It's also related in here, right? This one is negative, so the question tag should be positive. If the statement is positive, okay, you will going
Yeah,
to answer that, or you will going to do the question tag in negative.
it's the same in which we want to answer for this question.
Oh, like for
This
example,
question. Uh,
we're talking, Sal, okay? Oh, the party is very okay, I enjoyed the party so much, okay? So what am I going to do with that? Or maybe I can say, um they were enjoying the party, right? Okay,
yeah.
then since we are talking each other, I have to use a question tag. Okay. Uh, they were enjoying the party so much. Okay. So what am I going to say? How am I going to say that in a question tag? Okay. Um, uh, 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 no, weren't they, right? So weren't they, right, How?
Yeah, I know, but I don't know when or where we will this the same with question tag in the
Okay,
context where because
during communication, Tao. Okay, can we try to
yeah.
communicate this one so that you can be able to understand this one? Okay, wait for a while, huh? Okay, let me see if we have this one. Okay, wait. I have to give you an example of this. Okay.
Mm.
Okay, just for a while. Okay, just for a moment, Sao, huh? I have to give you. Okay. Okay. So this is it. Okay. So what's you're asking me what's the importance of having the question tag? That is what your question, right? Why do you need
Yeah,
to use a question tag? Okay? That's your question. Okay. In English, Sao, it's not all the time that you should have to use asking question like how, when, where. So that's the usual asking question. But if we are communicating, if we are talking, actually, it's better to use a question tag.
yeah,
Okay, it's better to use a question tag. Like for example, okay, look at this one. A question tag is a very easy to identify because it is placed at the end of the statement. It's here, okay, and it's very short. Tag questions are often employed to seek confirmation or reinforce a statement. If you are talking to someone, okay, like for
yeah,
example, she's bothering you, isn't she? So they're talking, right? They're communicating. So she will going to answer, she was being really rude, wasn't she? So what are they doing? They are throwing questions together, not just only the usual asking question like, does she, do you, right, Sal?
it's the same with when we want to emotion about in my mind. I
Mm-hmm.
will use question tag more than communicate to face together.
We
It's the
use
same with not thinking about in mind, not talk together. It's the same with
No, actually, we use this one in communication. Like for example,
oh,
okay,
yeah,
we're talking each other now. We are talking each other now. Sao, okay. So if I am going to ask some question to you to confirm if you do understand what I am saying, I am going to say, okay, we're talking each other, and the question target which I am going to ask you is,
Mm.
okay,
It
we
mean with
are
when it's the same with when we want to talk the information about anything. But
anything.
yeah, but I don't know exactly what this sentence is true or false. Is
No, no, no,
correct
no.
or not? Yeah.
Asking
So
question, okay?
yeah,
Asking
but
a
it's the same.
confirmation.
No. It's I mean it's when sometime when I explain or I want to talk information about the anything but I'm not sure it's not true or false. So I will you that question.
I didn't get your point, Sal. Okay, because
Yeah, okay,
because
okay.
because a question tag, actually you use this one during communication. Okay, for a moment, I have to give you a
Yeah, okay.
conversation about question tag.
To confirmation for statement.
No,
Yeah,
actually,
okay.
in conversation, okay, we use this one to confirm, okay, if you do understood or not. Okay, like for example, okay, I'm going to give an example, Sao, huh? I have to write it in here. Okay, just for a moment.
It's the same with when we talk about the sentence. It's not certainly.
Okay. Let me do this one first, huh? So that you can be able to understand this one. Okay. Um, okay, let me see. Uh, let's say question part. Okay, look at this, Sal. We're
Talking
talking
about
about question tags, aren't we? I'm asking you now. We're talking about question tags, aren't we? So therefore, your answer should be, so what would be the possible answer for this? Yes, we
yes,
are.
yes,
Okay.
we are.
Now, we are now
Yeah.
communicating, right? And we use
Yeah.
now the question tag, right? Okay. Did
Yeah,
you
okay,
got it
okay.
now?
Yeah,
Okay.
I understand.
Another one. We can say. So this one is negative, a positive statement and negative question tag. Okay. So what if we are going to say, um, okay. Okay, look at this. He was talking to you. He wasn't talking to you about question tags. Was he?
No, he
Okay, so you
will.
were going to say, no, he wasn't. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this is what we call during the conversation, sometimes person would ask you question like this one. So what's the purpose of the question tag? To keep the conversation going. so that it's not just only answerable by, yeah, it's answerable by, sometimes answerable by a yes or no. Like, for example, are you talking to me? Like that's the
Yeah.
usual, that's the usual question, right? Or
Yeah. Okay.
are we talking about question tag, Sal? So what's your answer? Yes. Okay. And then after that,
Yeah.
no more. You just have to answer me like that. But if we want the conversation going, we can use the question tag. Okay, but
Yeah.
anyway,
Okay.
maybe we can be able to have a lesson about question tags now, maybe on a separate lesson for this, because this one is going to be complicated. Okay, so I'm going to explain this one to you maybe on the other lesson that we have. Okay, okay, but our focus is all about the use of the be verbs. Okay, I just injected this one so that, why? Because it's here. Okay,
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
okay,
Okay.
so
I
wasn't,
understand.
and this asking question, you have to use positive. Okay? So
Okay. Okay.
wasn't, and then in asking question, use positive. If it is positive, then when you ask question, okay, that would be negative. So that would be the rule sound, just
Yeah.
like
Okay.
the question tag. Okay? Oh, look at this. We use was or were to talk about the past. We often use was were with the past time expressions like yesterday, last
Yesterday.
night, in
Yesterday.
1945, or
Yeah.
etc. So we use also was where with born. So we need to say I was born in Hungary. Okay, or I was born in,
Yeah.
okay, what place? In Vietnam. Okay,
Yeah.
we
Yeah. Yeah.
use
Okay. Okay.
was. Why we need to use was? Because our subject is I. Again,
I.
remember, if the subject would be, where is it now? Okay, if the subjects would be, it's here. He,
You
she,
are.
it, okay, is. Okay, if the subject I am
I
is
am.
in the past, it should be he, she, it,
Was.
was. Okay, we, they, you, that would be where. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
oh. If you cannot understand this one, okay, never mind. Oh, erase that one now. Okay, so, okay? So
Yeah. Okay.
we will going to do that one on the other. Oh, look at this.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
here. Okay, it's
Yeah.
here. Positive, negative. So we don't have a
Yeah.
choice, but we should have to understand this one. Okay? Oh, look at this,
Yeah.
huh? I was there. He was there. She was there.
He was
It was
there.
there.
He was there.
You were there. We
Went
were
there.
there. They were there. That's positive, huh? If it is
Yeah.
a
Okay. Okay.
negative, I wasn't
Wasn't
there
there.
or I was not there. Okay. Now, going back, what's the difference between wasn't and was not?
Uh, it's the same. It's the same, but sometimes we were not or were not. We can the sort we can you wasn't or wasn't to
Okay. Yeah, they're the same, but in English, actually, so, okay, remember all the time that wasn't is used for the purpose, okay, of
Mhm.
communication. In writing, we use not the contracted form, but in speaking, as much as possible, we use the contracted form. Okay, so, okay, like for example, if you're writing to your friend, you can use was not. Let's say, for example, you're writing, dear friend, I was not there yesterday because, okay, my head is aching. Okay, so you put there, I was not, because that's writing. But for the purpose of communication, please use the contracted form. The one that we're doing, we are communicating